friends. Today I'm here to share with you my most read authors as best I could figure it out from Goodreads. So I went onto my Goodreads, but they don't really show you. Apparently they used to have like a place you could go, like a feature that you could use to show your most read authors. So I kind of just had to go through, I just went to my read books and sorted them by author. Once I started seeing a repeat of the same author, I started counting how many there were. And I have quite a few. I have a list of 20, which I don't know for sure if these counts are accurate or if these are the ones that I have the most of. Like maybe I've read an author and I didn't track it or something. Because I have not been using Goodreads my whole life, so who knows. We are going to start off with Elle Kennedy, and I counted 19 of her books on Goodreads. So I read her Off-Campus series, her Briar U series, her Out of Uniform series, and her Outlaws trilogy. I am working my way through her Killer Instinct series. I think I've read 2 or 3 of them. I think I've read 3 of them. So altogether total, I have 19 books by Elle Kennedy. Next was Abby Glines with 16. I've read her Seabree series, her Vincent Brothers duology, her Field Party series, and, what's that standalone called? And As She Fades, which, as far as I know, was a standalone. I do still have her Rosemary Beach series to read, so, like, that number's gonna go up a lot once I finally, like, get to that series. Next was Penny Reed with 15. I've read her Winston Brothers series, the ones I found on Goodreads for her, Elements of Chemistry and Laws of Physics books. It counted each of them as 3, so that's 6 there. And then I've read the 4 books in her rugby series with LH Causeway, so I went ahead and counted those on here. I don't know why I'm waving this pen around. I went ahead and counted those for this as well. Next I have 2 authors tied at 13. One of them is Sarah Dessen, who, as far as I know, I own her whole backlist, and I've read all of her backlist, and so that's at 13. And also at 13 is Jennifer L Armentrout, who, like, I don't even know how this got to 13. I don't feel like I read to her very often, even though she's, like, a big author. But I guess because there are so many more I still have to read, that it doesn't feel like I've read that much. I don't know. I've read her Luck series, so what is that, 5? And then the 2 books so far in her Origin series. I'm trying to count because that doesn't seem right. Frigid and Scorched. I counted her Jalen books, obviously. What else have I read by her? The Moonlight Sins. Oh, I've read 2 books in her Covenant series so far. That's still not 13. I don't know how I came up with 13. Let me check Goodreads. Okay, so this has the Luck series. I read 2 books in the Dark Element series. I don't know why I didn't finish that trilogy, now that I'm looking at it. Let's see, the 2 in the Origins, the Covenant series, and I also read Don't Look Back and Till Death. I forgot about those 2. So, that sounds about right now, actually. But I still feel like there's so many more Jennifer L Armentrout books to read. Next, there are 5 authors tied at 11 books. The first one is Jay Crownover, which is another one I didn't think I had read that many from. Okay, so I've read 6 books in her Marked Men series. I've read the 2 that have been released so far in her Loveless Texas series. I've read the 2 that she co-wrote with Rebecca Yarros, the In Love duology. And then I read Downfall. So, okay, I guess that makes sense that there's 11 of them. But, like, she's another one where there's so much backlist that I just need to, like, focus in on getting her backlist read. The next one at 11 is Helena Hunting, who I read part of her Puck series. I've read her Shacking Up series, her standalones, the two, I don't know if they're part of the Shacking Up world. I don't know if they're part of the Shacking Up series. I've read those as well, so I can see how 11 would be. I can see how there would be 11 Helena Hunting ones. Also at 11 is Katie McGarry, and yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I've actually recounted. We're going to talk about Katie McGarry in a little bit, because she's actually only at 9. So, next at 11 is Marissa Mayer. I've read her Lunar Chronicles. I've read the novella thing that came with the Lunar Chronicles. I've read the 2 graphic novels after that. I read Heartless, and then there's the Renegades trilogy, so yeah, that's 11 on that one. I also have Kristen Proby at 11, which I guess I could see how that happens, but that also means that I've never finished either the With Me in Seattle series or the Boudreaux series, so I'm definitely gonna have to get on there and figure out which of those 2 I've not finished, because she has way more books than that, and I know at least, 5 of them came from the Fusion series. So, like, there's books out there by Kristen Proby that I've not read. In series that I've started that I've not read. At 10 books, I have K.A. Tucker. Okay, so I've read 4 in her 10 Tiny Breaths series. I've read her 2 in the Wild series. So, what else is there? Oh, He Will Be My Ruin, Keep Her Safe, and Until It Fades. Yes, I forget about her standalones. I think the only thing I have left in her backlist is her Burying Water series, which I have the first book. There. Where's it at? There it is. I have her first book in that series, and, like, this is a Romanceopoly stack, so I'll be reading it soon for Romanceopoly, but I need to get the rest of the series too. I don't even know how many there are, but I need them. So, we're going back to Katie McGarry, because we're at 9 books now, so I've read her Pushing the Limits series, her Thunder Road series, so I think that's 4 and 3, so 7. And then there's been, there's 2 standalones. No, there's a new standalone too, so there's 3, so it's 10? I'm obviously bad at math. Anyway, I've read a lot of Katie McGarry, and I really like her books. Also at number 9 is Samantha Young. So I've read 4 in her On Dublin Street series, which is not the whole series. I do have one later. I think I have number 6, so there's also like 5, number 5. I don't know how many more after that there are. I've read 2 in her Hearts Boardwalk series. I think there's another one in that series as well that I haven't picked up. And then I read her standalone Fight or Flight. I'm sure she has other standalones as well. This is just the only one that I've read. And then her True Immortality series. I've read the first one in this, and this is the second one here. Also at 9 is Cora Carmack, who is my favorite. I've read everything that she's written. I haven't counted novellas in this, but I've read the Losing It series. There's 3 out in the Rescue University series so far. Inspire. I was trying to think of the name of it. I read Inspire, which as of right now is by itself. It's part of a trilogy. There was a cliffhanger, but she hasn't been able to write the rest of it yet because of contracts. And then so far there are 2 out in her Stormheart series, so 9. Next on my list is R.S. Gray, and I wrote down 8, and I had to pull up my Goodreads because I could not remember which ones of hers that I had read. So I've read Make Me Bad, The Design, Hotshot Doc, Dr. Dearest, Scoring Wilder, His Royal Highness, Cold Hearted Boss, and Settling the Score Summer Games #1. Also at 8, I have Adriana Walk. I've read the 5 books in her Landry family series, and then the 3 books in her Dogwood Lane series. But I also still have her Gibson Boys series, which I think is like 4 or 5 books. And then, this has a series with it as well, because I pre-ordered the first in all of her series, and I don't know how many there are in this one. I think this one's a duology, maybe. I don't know. I have a lot more Adriana Walk books to read, though. There are 3 authors that I have 7 books read for. The first one is Mariana Zapata. again, I went to Goodreads to check to see which ones I had actually read. So I've read Rhythm Court of Malakin, Culty, Luna and the Lie, Lingus, From Lukov with Love, Underlock, and Wait For It. Also at 7, I have Colleen Hoover, Ugly Love, It Ends With Us, Without Merit, Maybe Someday, November 9, Confess, and Part 1 of Never Never, which, like, my review says it was okay. I'm not sure if I want to read Part 2 to find out what happens, or if I want to just look it up. I'm glad this was a free ebook, or I doubt I would have picked it up. So, like, I don't even think I ever looked up what happened in that. I don't remember exactly what was going on in that, but there were 7 Colleen Hoover books. Also at 7 is Sawyer Bennett. I have the 5 books in her Last Call series, and then randomly I've read, like, book 7 and book 3 in her Cold Fury Hockey series. I feel like I've read more than that, though, but that's all I tracked on Goodreads. I have Avery Flynn at 7 books as well. The Hardigans series was 3. The Harbor City series was 3. And then I've read book 1 in her Ice Knight series. I have book 2, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I think there's also... No, book 3 is not out yet. She pushed back book 3 in the Ice Knight series for a standalone. Is that out yet? I need to... Oh, that was supposed to be a royal romance. I need to see if that's out yet. Anyway, Avery Flynn, 7 books. And finally, the 20th author that I'm going to talk about is Rebecca Yarros, and I have read 5 of her books. I've read her Renegade series, which is 3, and I've read The Last Letter and Great and Precious Things. I think I only have 1 more series by her to read. That's like a military romance series, I think. Maybe. I don't know. So those are 20 authors that I have read the most by. I'm sure there are other ones since I got down so low as to like 5 books. I'm sure there are other authors, but I wanted to cap it at 20 so that this video was not crazy long, which it might already be. I don't know. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!